Don Shula masterminded the greatest season a head coach ever had, the perfect season of 1972. Ironically, that year began with a dramatic defeat. In Super Bowl VI, the Miami Dolphins were chased, then crushed by the Dallas Cowboys 24-3. It was a bitter defeat that tormented Don Shula.
I was 0-2 in Super Bowls, and there was some talk that I couldn't win the big one. Shula can't win the big one, and if there's ever a conversation that you don't want associated to your name, it's that.
But 1972 would be his season in the sun. Even when the hour was darkest, Shula shone brightest, determined to finally ride a rainbow to that pot of gold. It would be a long march, and when it was over, a remarkable record would be set, and a coach's vision of perfection would become part of history. Behind an underrated yet stifling defense and a mistake-free offense generaled by Bob Griese, Shula's Dolphins opened the season with 4 straight victories. In the 5th week, this team built to last threatened to crumble.
Shaking up on the play is Griese. Yeah, looks like it's right angle, Rick.
Shula's genius is preparing for the unforeseen disaster.
I brought Earl down for insurance purposes, and here was the chance for the insurance policy to pay off. And it paid off handsomely. And Earl got into the huddle. He said, just relax. You guys don't have anything to worry about. We're going to get it done. He just picked it up and led us to the perfect season.
Runs straight back to throw. He sets up. He is firing down the corner. Warfield. Touchdown!
Each week, Shula demanded more of his team. Big-name players like Mercury Morris robbed opposing defenses of their dignity, while the no-names literally stole victory. And at times, Shula just seemed to will good things to happen.
Someone always did something. That was Shula's favorite line right before the game. Somehow, some way, one of us will make a play. Because we had a large group of people that were good athletes, but more than that, they were all winners.
You either got to lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. We didn't have many guys that needed to get the hell out of the way. Some teams don't have any leaders. We had a lot of guys that were willing to step forward, and we had probably the best leader of all in Don Shula. He's a leader. It's his leadership. His desire to win is always there.
Good, Paul. Way to come back and get it there. That's 5. Charlie, see the move? All right, he had to curl. When the ball was in the air, what did he do? He took about 2 steps back toward the ball, and that kept the cushion between he and the defense.
The major difference in my mind of coaches are those that can take the personnel that they have and mold the best defense for that personnel, and not say, this is the defense we're going to run, and you have to run it.
Shula was above all a teacher, and the well-schooled Dolphins reflected his philosophies. There would be a minimum of mistakes and a maximum of execution.
They were a machine, well-coordinated on offense and defense. They were an exceptionally smart team. You had to think back and say, what was watching the game, the smartest team I ever saw be that one.
I've never been associated with a team that was so totally focused on a goal. We didn't allow any distractions or anything to occur during the course of that year.
The sharp focus began to blur, imperiled by the immense pressure to remain undefeated.
When it got 8-0 and 9-0, and then of course 12-0 and 13-0, the pressure really started to build.
Another reason I think Shula did such a good job is he kept the pressure off us. Game after game, all right, we've got that one behind us. We've got 3 more. We got, he really never said 3 more. He always said 1 more, but he said it every week.
I was able to sell that to our players, and they were an intelligent group of players that were able to grasp the situation and realize that what happened yesterday didn't mean anything as far as the next competition.
How did this guy find the words to say to Zonka, kick Warfield, Griese? Well, guys, we're playing a pretty lousy Giants team today. I want you to win by 30, and they go out and basically win the game pretty easily.
The regular season melted away, and so did 14 opponents. Shula and his his undefeated Dolphins raced through the playoffs and into the Super Bowl, where only the Redskins stood between Don Shula and the greatest coaching performance in NFL history.
It was very, very meaningful that I was able to get into the big football game and win it personally. And it was so meaningful for our football team because that put us in a situation of doing something that nobody else has ever done.
We had a bunch of guys that were overachievers, a bunch of guys that were leaders, a bunch of guys that didn't get beat. And I think Shula did his best job of coaching in that undefeated season.